Looks like we're ready to begin the caucus. On behalf of the city council and the various department heads, I'd like to welcome everyone here this evening for this public meeting. We'll start with the caucus at 6:30, where we discuss our agenda items and debate the merits of the items at that time. And then we move to the regular meeting, wherein we take a vote on each of the agenda items. Today's date being January 4th of 2022. The first items are ministerial. I don't believe there's any hearings from citizens. There's no list. City controller, sense of communications, and of course the approval of minutes. I'm asking that the council consider the order of voting. We've traditionally, and for some time, have gone by ward. So with Councilperson Muflahi being the first vote in the first ward, and Councilman Anderson, and then Councilman Moretti, Councilman Sirdike, and then me. So does anyone have any input or any questions or any issues on that item? Anyone wish to be heard on that?
Can there ever be a time where during a certain meeting we ask that can be waived? Perhaps, like if I feel more comfortable going last, or?
Well, it's not a choice. We need to decide now, because if not, then we have to re-vote on the order. So it's not something that's in flux all the time.
Okay.
Is that okay with you then, as far as the order is concerned? Okay.
Sure.
All right. Next is a communication from Councilman Sirdike, 4th Ward, regarding resuming Zoom format for the council meetings. Councilman Sirdike, you want to bring us up to speed on that?
As I stated at the last meeting, I thought that I put this on. I stated I would put it on, and it's a good thing I did, because things seem to be getting a little worse. I mean, people are getting the virus, but it's not as bad as it was. Mild symptoms, runny nose, mostly, stuff like that. And besides, we have 2 new members, and I thought that they should have an input on the future of our council activities. So that's why I put it on. I think I'm going to vote to go back to Zoom. I think the governor extended it to February 1st, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't hear that. I heard that was the
She
case.
extended other stuff too, so until February 1st. So actually that fits right in with our next meeting. And we could always switch it back. I don't know. It's whatever you guys decide. But
Anyone wish to be heard on that issue? Okay, there's an attached resolution for that also. The next is a communication from department heads from our city clerk regarding the reorganization, which is part of today's meeting, to elect a council pro tem, ratifying the proposed council meeting dates for 2022, and declaring and appointing the official newspaper for the city of Lackawanna. Anyone wish to be heard on any of those items? All right, that'll move us to item number 6. City clerk requests council approve 2 cash communications from Commissioner Deeds regarding our 2 newly elected council members, Councilperson Muflahi and Councilman Anderson. That's pretty administrative. I don't see any problems on that, but anyone wish to be heard? Item number 7 is
Can I just point something out?
yeah.
We've had some issues in the past with Commissioner Deeds. If you're appointed a Commissioner Deeds, it's like a notary, which means the person has to sign in your presence and in front of you, and you should know who they are. If you don't know who they are, ask for proof of ID, because a lot of people become Commissioner Deeds, but they don't really know what it means. And I don't mean to belittle you or anything, but just be careful, because you're certifying that the signature on that document is the person whose name it is. So you want to make sure that either by proof, if you don't have personal knowledge of who they are. and obviously that they sign it.
Thank you. And in addition to that, Rick, if I'm not mistaken, you, Commissioner Deeds can only certify signatures in the city of
Yeah, within the
Lackawanna.
city of Lackawanna, unlike a notary, which I can do it anywhere in New York State. Commissioner Deeds is limited to the city of Lackawanna.
This next is a continuation of the waiver of the rules that we went through the last time, where our law department is requesting a temporary assistant based on the unavailability of one of the other members of the attorney staff. And it's a little confusing because we're asking to approve, being asked to approve a second position at an annual salary of $44,290. However, there's a $12,000 defined
Budget
amount.
transfer, yeah.
Yeah, defined amount from the funds that are already with the law department to bring someone in temporarily, and depending on the availability of the first assistant in the future will dictate whether or not that position becomes permanent or is no longer necessary. Is there anything else you want to add, Rick, on that request?
Yeah, so basically, my budget line authorizes me to have one assistant city attorney. I have one assistant city attorney on the payroll now who's presently on medical leave. In order to keep things moving, I'm asking to create a second assistant city attorney job so that I could fill that position temporarily while the first person's on medical leave. If that person comes back from medical leave, obviously I would then lay off the person. I'm only gonna have one attorney is what I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm probably gonna come back to you at some point between now and the next budget year and eliminate one of these. We'll end up eliminating the position either when Mr. Savaggio comes back or when it retires, if he does retire. The budget transfer, I think it's a line item. Carolyn might explain that a little bit more, but I have money in my budget, but I think she has to shift it from one account to the other. And that's the estimated amount to cover salary for January, February, and March, I believe.
Thank you. Carolyn, anything on your end?
No, we just need to do, the only one thing I want to add is, we have to move the money from one line to the other, or else there's not enough money in that line to pay for the position.
Thank you. Rick, anything else you want to add on that?
No, so I think that's pretty much it, unless anyone has any questions.
Well, I was just going to ask, anyone wish to address that?
No, that cleared it up for me, so in other words, by the end of March, we should know one or the other going
Yes,
forward.
yes,
We
yes.
have to deal with it again, or,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, I'll, before that, I'll let you know what's going on by the second week of March. So the first meeting in March.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, request from the city attorney authorizing the mayor to sign the contract between the City of Lackawanna Fire Association and the city. First of all, Rick, I know you've negotiated several contracts, DPW, police, and now the fire. And I think this is the last one, and we'd like to commend you on your efforts. I know that's a yeoman's load of work to do, negotiating these things. It's time consuming. It's very emotional and sensitive in a number of areas. So you have our thanks for getting through all that. Anyone have any questions on this issue? Or any comments?
Can I just, I'll point a couple things out.
Sure.
Contract pretty much is commensurate with the raises that the police got under their last contract. There's not as much longevity. The police get more longevity, but firemen, we pay retirees health insurance at the full rate. The fire, I want to commend the fire union because they took the first year as a lump sum payment and not a retroactive payment, as did the other unions. So they were consistent with the other unions, and I thank them for maintaining that consistency. But this is the last contract. Unfortunately, the secretarial contract will be expiring this year. But I think we're in good position on all four contracts. where there'll be minimal involvement extending those other contracts as they come due. But I think for the next 3 or 4 years, the city's in good shape.
You have our thanks.
Did Kevin have a question?
No.
Okay, I thought-
I was just gonna comment that it was comparable to the police one and in a lot of ways. I don't know. What about controller? Does she have anything to say as far as do we have money for this? We move money down the road?
We'll eventually have, once the final calculations are done, we'll have to do a budget transfer too, but the money is there to pay out the contract,
It's
so.
gonna be a lot of figuring out. I read this and you gotta go back, they get paid for old.
It's a good thing I took calculus in college, we're good.
It's gonna be great.
We did budget for something for back pay, whether it's enough. Yeah, I know we did that, so hopefully the sting won't be as bad as we thought.
I do have a question regarding section 7. I don't know which time.
Of the contract?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what it is.
Is there any kind of HIPAA violation that the city has to abide by? I can read the section for you.
Yeah, what section is it? What's it pertain to?
Section 7 of Article X, sick leave.
What item on the agenda is it?
It's part of the contract itself.
Fireman contract. Oh, it's in the contract itself?
Yeah.
For 700.
So we haven't had any problems with this before, and it's still obviously subject to HIPAA compliance laws and things like that. If we do require a doctor's excuse, it stays internally and it's not submitted throughout the city. But if we do have a sick leave abuse situation, we have a right to visit the person and to make sure they're sick, whether that be through a doctor's excuse or visiting them at the residence to make sure they're home and not, out golfing or something like that. Mm-hmm.
Anyone else? Okay. Next item is from the city controller, requesting approved the attached ordinance utilizing a pre-approved grant through Ralphie Wilson Jr. Legacy Fund for Youth Sports for the city swim project at Lackawanna High School, and that was in the amount of $10,540. Carolyn, anything you want to tell us about that? This is an older item.
It's no, well,
Brian Laxo worked very diligently on that. And we had the presentation before the council at one time.
correct. And since we missed the cutoff to report it in the budget, by the time the grant was awarded, by the time we actually received the cash, it was too late to be put in the budget. This will actually put the money into the budget so that we can spend it.
Great. Thank you. Anyone have any issues or questions about that item?
I like that, we're putting money in and not taking it out.
We are spending it.
That's a rarity.
We are spending it. I guess the kids are having a great time.
Don't get used to it, but yeah, it's, the program
It's
is,
like 1 out of 50.
they've overshot their capacity by about 50%. They've had such a positive response.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're anticipating 2 15-kid sessions, and they're up to 47 kids. We're actually talking about trying to find the money in my budget to maybe expand it for another session. And
How's transportation being addressed?
transportation is still, it's the parents' responsibility. We don't have any sort of organized transportation. That's something to look forward look to in the future as I discuss the future of the program with Coach Mike. This is a one-time grant from the Wilson Foundation. So in years forward, or in years to come, we're going to have to see. It's a relatively inexpensive program based, when you compare it to how popular it's been. So we're going to try to make sure that this is something that stays here because the response has really
So
been
maybe a
fantastic.
budget item?
Yeah, I would anticipate that next year. That'll be something I'm going to come hat in hand and be looking for your support next year. So
Very good.
be wary of it. Thank you.
Anyone have any questions, issues, comments? All right, then at the regular meeting, we'll open it up to any table items or old business. If not, then according to our rules, we don't start the regular meeting till 7, so we have a 15-minute interval brief recess. With all of you, and to begin the meeting, I ask all rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all, please be seated. And Mr. City Clerk, would you read the roll?
Absolutely, Mr. Council President, starting with the council, Muflahi.
Present.
Anderson.
Here.
Moretti.
Here.
Sirdike.
Here.
Morano.
Here.
Department heads, law,
Here.
development,
Here.
public works,
Here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he's on Zoom.
Oh, I'm sorry. Welcome, Tony.
public safety,
Here.
controller,
Here.
recreation,
Here.
public information.
Here.
Hearings from citizens, anybody have anything on that sheet? Anybody sign in?
No.
All right, so we have no hearings from citizens, we just have one citizen present. Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of December 20th, 2021.
Morano moves to adopt the minutes of the regular meeting of December 20th, 2021 as written.
Second, sir.
We have a motion by Morano, second by Sirdike, to adopt the minutes of the regular meeting of December 20th, 2021 as written. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson? Yes. Just for the record, so people know, these two council members weren't part of the council when that meeting took place, so by passing, obviously they're not signing off. Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
And by the nature of the pass, it still comes out as 5-0. Departmental reports, 1 and 2.
Morano moves to receive and file departmental reports 1 and 2 inclusive.
Moretti, sir.
We have a motion by Morano, second by Moretti, to receive and file departmental reports 1 and 2. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
On the question, it says 20 and 21. I don't know if
That's when they were dated.
Okay.
Those are from December.
Yeah.
Yep.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Communications from the council, number 3. Council President Morano requests City Council approve the 2022 voting order as follows. 1st Ward, 2nd Ward, 3rd Ward, 4th Ward, Council President.
Morano moves to approve request.
We have a motion by Morano, second by Anderson, to approve request. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Number 4, Councilmember Sirdike requests approval of a resolution to resume council meetings via remote Zoom format if permitted by the Open Meetings Law, effective January 18th, 2022. And information received today is that it's been approved by the governor through February 1st at this point.
That's my understanding.
All right, so need a motion?
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion by Sirdike, second by Morano, to receive and file act on resolution. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. That resolution, whereas Chapter 3, Section 3.7 of the Charter of the City of Lackawanna provides for meeting dates, time, and location of the Lackawanna City Council, be it resolved that the city council meetings effective January 18, 2022 shall be conducted via remote Zoom format until such time as this body rescinds such resolution or the state of New York no longer permits such format.
Motion to approve. Morano seconds.
Who's that motion?
Sirdike.
We have a motion by Sirdike, second by Morano, to adopt resolution as written. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Communications from division department heads. Number 5, city clerk requests the city council act on the following resolutions. Resolution number 2, council president pro tem for 2022. Resolution number 3, council meeting dates for 2022. And resolution number 4, the official newspaper of the city of Lackawanna 2022.
Morano moves to receive and file act on the resolutions.
Moretti, second.
We have a motion by Morano, second by Moretti, to receive and file act on resolutions. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Resolution number 2, whereas Chapter 3, Section 3.5 of the Charter of the City of Lackawanna provides that the City Council may elect from its members a council president pro tempore who shall serve in the event of the council president's absence or disability. And be it resolved that Councilmember Kevin R. Sirdike, Councilmember of the 4th Ward, is hereby selected and appointed to be Council President Pro Tem for the year 2022.
Morano moves to adopt resolution as written.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to adopt resolution as written. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes, I'd just like to say that I appreciate the support of my fellow council members, and like I said, last year it seemed to work. Hopefully, everyone stays healthy and I don't have to run any meetings. Thank you. And I vote yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Resolution number 3, whereas Chapter 3, Section 3.7 of the Charter of the City of Lackawanna provides for meeting dates of the Lackawanna City Council, and the City Council is desirous of complying with the Charter of the City of Lackawanna and Open Meetings Law of the State of New York. The City Council has established the meeting dates for 2022 as per the dates listed on the attached resolution.
Morano moves to adopt resolution as written.
Maflahe second.
A motion by Morano, second by Muflahi to adopt resolution as written. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Resolution number 4, whereas Chapter 2, Section 2.9 of the City Charter of the City of Lackawanna designates a newspaper having circulation within the city to serve as the official newspaper of the city. It is hereby resolved that Buffalo Business First, 465 Main Street, Suite 100, Buffalo, New York, 14203, is designated as the official newspaper of the City of Lackawanna for the year 2022.
Morano moves to adopt resolution as written.
Second.
Motion by Morano, second by Anderson to adopt resolution as written. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Number 6, City Clerk requests the City Council approve 2 attached communications providing Commissioner of Deed status within the City of Lackawanna to 1st Ward Council Member Amira H. Muflahi and 2nd Ward Council Member Carl R. Anderson. Terms to expire December 31st, 2024.
Morano moves to approve request.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to approve request. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Number 7, City Attorney requests the City Council approve the attached ordinance that creates a second Assistant City Attorney position with an annual salary of $44,290. This will be a temporary position and will be funded out of the City Attorney's Judgment and Claims budget line.
Morano moves to receive and file, act on the ordinance.
Second, third.
Motion by Morano, second by Sirdike to receive and file, act on ordinance. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. An ordinance amending the 2021-2022 budget ordinance adopted May 18, 2021 by increasing the number of assistant city attorneys from 1 to 2, increasing the budget code for Department of Law Assistant City Attorney by $12,000 and appropriating $12,000 for the budget code special items, judgments, and claims.
Morano moves to adopt ordinance as written.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to adopt ordinance as written. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Number 8, City Attorney requests the City Council authorize the mayor to sign the attached contract between the City of Lackawanna Professional Firefighters Association, Local 3166 IAFF, AFL-CIO. The complete text of the contract is on file in the City Clerk's office.
Moretti moves.
Morano seconds.
Motion by Moretti, second by Morano to approve request. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Number 9, City Controller requests City Council approve the attached ordinance utilizing a pre-approved grant through the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Legacy Fund for youth sports for the city swim project at the Lackawanna High School.
Morano moves to receive and file, act on ordinance.
Motion by Morano, second by Anderson to receive and file, act on ordinance. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. The ordinance amending the 2021-2022 budget ordinance adopted May 18, 2021 by increasing the budget code for contributions from private agencies for youth by $10,540 and increasing the budget code for recreation, administration, special sporting events by $10,540.
Morano moves to adopt ordinance as written.
Maflahe second.
A motion by Morano, second by Muflahi to adopt ordinance as written. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Communications from citizens, those are communications that are previously submitted by a predetermined cutoff point. I did not receive any. Mr. Council President?
Thank you, Mr. City Clerk. Are there any tabled items or old business items any of the council members wish to discuss at this time? You care to be heard?
Yes, at the last meeting, Mr. Szymanski brought up the issue with the 5G. I've reached out to Verizon, I haven't heard back yet. I did see locally on the news and nationally on the news that Verizon and I believe AT&T is, they're rolling back the start of the 5G, so at least in some cities. So I will follow up on that and get back to the council the next meeting. I just wanted to let you know I didn't forget.
Appreciate it. Our Director of Public Safety wish to be heard?
Yes, please. Just for a minute, I just want to do a little quick shout out to the fire department and the police department over the holiday season. The fire department, led by, kind of spearheaded by Justin Zybert, got a food drive for the residents of City of Lackawanna. Worked out great, helped out a lot of families. And the police department had two different things. They had the Kicks for Kids, where they gave away 135 pairs of sneakers. And they also had Shop with the Cop. And both of them very successful. On the media, on Facebook, it was well received. For the police department, two people, the entire police department and fire department, but the two people that spearheaded it was Keith Kwiatkowski and Caitlin Jaworski. So I'd just like to give a shout out to those guys, for both the police and the fire department as a whole, but especially those three folks, Justin, Keith, and Caitlin, for really taking charge of the situation.
Well done, Director Wolf. Councilman Moretti?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to the guys down at the DPW. They also did a toy drive, and they've been doing it the last few years, and it's been very successful, and they did an outstanding job, so kudos to them too.
Great, thank you, Councilman Moretti. Anyone else wish to address any items under the table or items or old business?
Yeah,
Councilman Strickland.
I think the 5G thing they're winding back is because of it's interfering with airplanes around the airports. So they put a 6-month moratorium on it, especially around the airports. And I don't know about in the cities or on the whole.
Right, but just a reminder, our agreement requires that they comply with our zoning and our planning board rules, so
Right.
once they do come in to put any infrastructure, they will have to file for site plan approval, and it will have to go to the planning board.
Very good. All right, unless there's anything else, Morano moves to adjourn.
Second by Maflahe.
Motion by Morano, second by Maflahe to adjourn the meeting. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Thanks again, everybody. I guess next meeting on the